I killed Wonder Woman and took her sword. Ugh.
Wonder Woman sword. Kroger didn't realize this wasn't a Halloween costume, that this is actually a marketable toy, and so where they're selling this for $17.99 in stores, we got it for like $8 because Kroger thought it was a Halloween accessory. I love shit like that. So, this is the God Killer, not the sword she currently uses. Get out of my room, dog! This is the sword that was used in the Wonder Woman film. Well, the toy version of it. God, that's awesome. So, what are we going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about a movie that it seems was genuinely disliked by most people. Go lay down. My dog's decided that they want to play with me right now. Go lay down. Sorry. It's usually the kids bothering me. So, this weekend is the Justice League. I'm honestly very excited about this movie. Not excited about the fact that Zack Snyder's directing it, but that aside, I think it's going to be a good movie. I think as a comic book fan, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not too keen on Jason Momoa playing Aquaman. Nothing against Jason Momoa. He just doesn't feel like Aquaman. But the movie could prove me wrong, because at first I didn't like the idea of Ezra Miller being cast as the Flash, and the more trailers I see, I cannot wait to see the Flash in that movie. So I'm going to talk about, Man of Steel got its hate. I liked Man of Steel. I like them all. I like Suicide Squad, but everybody seemed to want to take a giant turd on Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. To an extent, I will agree with some of the criticisms of that film. I don't agree with the criticisms of the acting. I don't agree with the criticisms of the way the film was stylized and directed. Even though Zack Snyder directed it, I thought it was competently directed. So the thing that I mostly I will agree with the critics on is that the film ended terribly. Not that that fight scene was a bad fight scene, because by no means was that a bad fight scene. It was well shot, it was fun to watch, it was exciting. They just took one of the greatest comic book storylines in the history of comics and condensed it into 20 minutes in the end of another movie. The Death of Superman event. If you were like me and you were a kid when that happened, I think I was like 14 when the Death of Superman storyline happened, that was a huge deal. They were selling that everywhere. Even stores that didn't sell comic books were selling the graphic novel compilation of the different books that compiled into the Death of Superman. So that was handled very poorly in the film, in my opinion. That should have been its own movie on its own. And I get it. It gives us something to look forward to. Come on, everybody knows that Superman is going to be in Justice League. I'll be right back. Salted caramel Pepsi. I had to show this to people. It's salted caramel Pepsi. Who would have ever thought to do that? It's good, but it's sweet. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, like I said, ended poorly. So I'm going to get that out of the way right away. The things I agree with the critics on, the bad criticisms. I did like the very end. I mean, we knew that we were going to see something with a little dirt was coming up off the casket to let us know Superman is not dead. So I agree there. However, I actually really enjoyed the rest of the film. I think that Henry Cavill, or Cavill, however you want to pronounce it, is just fine as Superman. I think he played Superman a little bit better in Man of Steel. But whether you think about his acting style, that dude looks like Superman. You just think Superman... Henry Cavill looks like Superman. So, I enjoyed his performance. Everybody liked Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. When she came on screen as Wonder Woman in that theater when I saw it, I have never been to a theater where a crowd audibly gasped the way that they did when Wonder Woman appeared on screen in Batman v Superman. That was amazing. I mean, you could feel the tension in the room. People went, like, all at once, because she looked amazing. And then when she started fighting in real, like, Batman and Superman are like, because she was, like, way more badass than they were. And she was just ready to murder. Loved Gal Gadot in there, and loved her even more in the Wonder Woman film, which I think I've talked about way too much on this channel. The acting criticism that I at first was like, okay, I get it, but you haven't seen it yet. I haven't posted on Facebook, for those of you that watch these, 10 people that watch these videos that follow me on Facebook. I posted, people are getting way too angry about Ben Affleck being cast as Batman before he even shows up. And I had friends that were like, well, come on, people are going to be upset about it. Why? Like, everybody likes to hate Ben Affleck, but man, the dude has, yeah, he's been in some crappy films, but everybody has. It's his status. But as far as a director is concerned, I think he's one of the most underrated directors out there. The Town, Argo, wonderfully made films. I actually like The Town a little bit better than Argo, even though Argo is the one that won all the Academy Awards and shit. I was actually mad that Argo won the Academy Award when it did, because it beat out Life of Pi, which, even me, as an atheist, I think Life of Pi is one of the best films ever made. I loved it. But then I saw Argo, and I'm like, okay, I still like Life of Pi better, but I get why Argo won. Let's get that aside. I, for one, think Ben Affleck is a good Batman. I think that he's a good, gristly, old, tired, fed up with bullshit Batman. And he caught so much hell over playing Batman, and so many people hated him. And if you just don't like Ben Affleck, that's fine. Whatever. I like the guy. I do. I've enjoyed. I mean, Good Will Hunting is God. That movie's brilliant. And even though Matt Damon's the reason that movie's as good as it is, Affleck's still really good in it. But we have to go into one other negative about Batman v Superman, and I have to address it from differently than others. Yes, I agree. That was not a good portrayal for Lex Luthor. It wasn't. Lex Luthor isn't that animated and spastic, but I think the movie kind of pointed out that he's not really Lex Luthor. He's the son of Lex Luthor. I could be wrong. I could have picked up on that the wrong way. But I think that he's actually going to be his son, and, well, the son of a maniacal, fucking whatever billionaire might turn out to be a really eccentric, weird motherfucker that likes to kill people and put piss in glasses and put it on their things. If you haven't seen the movie, you don't get the whole Granny's iced tea thing. No, Jesse Eisenberg was not great as Lex Luthor, but if that turns out that it's actually Luthor's son, then I'll be fine. I'll be like, okay, my criticism will go away, because you made us think it was Lex, but it's actually Lex's son. So I agree with that. But I'd still, man, it wasn't great. No, it wasn't. And I think Suicide Squad was all around a better made film, but I enjoyed Batman v Superman more. Wonder Woman's by far the best DC film that's come out since Dark Knight, easily. I mean, I would actually argue it was a better movie than Dark Knight. I know everybody loves Dark Knight, and I'm fine with Dark Knight. I really like the Dark Knight trilogy. The more I watch them, the more I like them. Still not all on Christian Bale as Batman. Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne, that's a different story. Best Bruce Wayne ever is Christian Bale. Not the best Batman. Tangents again. Batman v Superman, the extended cut, is really what you should watch. The theatrical cut was fine. But the extended cut is an additional 20-something minutes. It's a little bit more fun, and even though it's longer, it feels like it's paced a little faster. And one last thing I want to talk about more is Ben Affleck's physical acting. That scene from the trailer, and it's in the beginning of the movie where he's watching Superman fight Zod from Man of Steel, and Metropolis is being completely destroyed. When he holds on to that little girl in the rubble, and he's looking up at Superman, that fucking look on Ben Affleck's face is amazing. I mean, that just says everything there. Like, you know he's going to try to kill Superman. I think there should have been more interactions with Batman and Superman. That should have happened way more. That first interaction was really stupid. The Bat is dead. Like, dude, you've only been Superman for like 2 years. We've already established he had been Batman for a while. You don't really have the right to tell him that. Well, I'm a comic book nerd. I am. I have a huge comic collection. I've collected comics since the early 80s. And so I'm never that guy that hates it when they make changes in comics, because I've read comic books for so long that I've seen these characters change so much. I mean, look at how we were first introduced to Jason Todd as the Red Hood as to where he is now. Complete 180. Still the basics of the character are there, but... sorry. I'm not one of those people that just, it's not like what I grew up with, so I can't like it. Oh, God, I hate people like that. If you are like that, then don't go to the fucking movies. If you're one of those people that, if it's not what I grew up with, if it's not what I experienced, then it just can't be any good, because I hate change. stay out of the damn theater and watch your old movies. Don't go to movies like that you already know you're not going to like. A lot of reviewers I watch online did that with Batman v Superman. They actually said in weeks beforehand, oh, Batman v Superman's coming up, that's going to be terrible. You already went into it wanting to hate it. Get that out of your mind. If you haven't seen Batman v Superman, I recommend watching it. No, it's not a great movie. It's not. I actually did like Man of Steel better. Of the DC film universe as of now, because I haven't seen Justice League yet. I will be seeing that in 5 days. Saturday morning for our Saturday morning cheap seats. Hey, any of my friends out there want to come to Escape Theater Saturday morning? This will date the damn video. When Justice League comes out, come watch it with us. It'll be fun. So yes, I do believe so far Batman v Superman has been the weakest. But I'll use this as a comparison again. That's like me picking my least favorite song off Nirvana Nevermind. Yeah, I have to pick one, but I still like that song because it's Nirvana Nevermind. Which the older I used to say Something in the Way, which I really prefer the acoustic version of that on Unplugged better, but the older I get and the more I listen to music, I think Stay Away is actually my least favorite song on Nevermind now. But I still really dig that song. So that's just a little comparison there. I absolutely suggest watching all the movies. I think they're all entertaining in their own way. Everyone has a flaw. I, for one, I love Margot Robbie as an actress. I think she's a tremendous actress. Loved her in Wolf of Wall Street. She even held up that horrible movie she did with Will Smith, Focus. The worst performance he ever gave. She carried that movie. Margot Robbie is a tremendous actress. I didn't think she was a good Harley Quinn. But I don't blame her. You know, she wasn't directed well. She could have been a better Harley Quinn. Just nobody made her be a better Harley Quinn. I'm not the biggest fan of the Harley Quinn character anyway. I we'll go into that another time. I'll do a whole tirade about why I think the over-sexualization and this thing of people wanting to be Harley Quinn. It's like, dude, you need to read her backstory. You feel so bad for that girl. Oh my God, she has a terrible backstory. Not terrible in itself, but it's just the things that happened to her. So yes, Batman v Superman is the weakest of the current DC films. I still heavily recommend watching it. Watch the extended version. It is longer. It's much longer. It's like 20-something minutes longer. But man, is it better. So, if you hated it, I understand. I completely understand why people didn't like Batman v Superman. But don't go into it wanting to hate it. Go into it with an open mind. Take what you want from it. I enjoyed the movie. I've seen it 4 or 5 times now. And go see Justice League. Because it's Justice League. That's it for me. I'll be coming back with some more reviews. I'm actually going to be doing these more often now. I'm going to try to get these done more. And I'm going to do a video next week, not on movies. I'm going to talk about the songs. I'm going to name 10 songs in my life that have heavily impacted or even possibly changed my life. And I'm going to tell a very extended story about the night that I finally understood what Comfortably Numb was saying. I was driving home after a freaking bender. We'll go into that another time. And when Comfortably Numb came on the radio, I actually had to stop the car and broke down and cried because it hit me what the song was saying. So you want to hear more about that? Tune in next week for share this video, get people to watch it. If you think I'm just the worst person on the internet, just tell me if I need to improve something. I don't know. I would really like to see more people watching this, even if I get constructive criticism, people telling me they hate it, that's fine. I just want to know what I could do differently to maybe make these a little bit more appealing. So probably have a different face. That probably hurts a lot of it. Alright, well, you guys have a good day, and I will be back this coming week with Justice League. Bye.